This afternoon we are joined by Fiona Gilbert, CEO of Quanta Therapies. Afternoon, Fiona.
Good afternoon, Leslie. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you for taking time out to come and talk to us.
Oh, absolute pleasure. Always a pleasure to talk about this.
Thank you. So you have this company called Quanta Therapies, and having seen your products, to me they look like stickers, you know, that you buy your children. But I know that they've got a more technical term, that they are actually called patches. And so could you give us a description and an understanding of what these patches are?
Yes, they're magic, Leslie.
Oh, I like magic.
It's actually a lot of science that has gone into this. The hardware of the patches comes in two components. So you've got the back of it, which is an adhesive made by a 3M company, the same company that makes your Band-Aids. And it is the only component of the patches that are actually FDA approved. And then the front of it, this is where all the magic happens. The hardware is mylar. Mylar, like the balloons, the Elmo balloons at the supermarket. However, our mylar is woven with a carbon crystalline composite. And this carbon crystalline composite is what is able to hold sound frequency that the human body can literally, essentially listen to, hear, and use.
Wow. So you're saying that the body uses this frequency. How does the body manage to do that then? What is it the body doing to enable it to connect with this frequency?
Okay, so everything that exists, that's alive on the planet, vibrates at its own frequency. This has been documented, it's been researched. And so, for example, a rose vibrates at 320 hertz, and a human body vibrates between, a human body that's healthy, let me rephrase that, a human body that's healthy should be vibrating between 62 and 72 hertz. So essentially you'll see people, you know, there's some people that you can be in a whole room and some people will say, I never get sick. And then there's somebody who, you know, if you sneeze from the other side of the room, they're ill in 2 seconds. And it's because their vibrations are completely different and their resilience to things are completely different. So for us, it's about, because we know the frequency, the optimal frequency that things should vibrate at, we introduce that frequency to the body. And the body goes, oh, I like that. That feels good. That feels comfortable. And it starts matching it. For example, we have the liver is my absolute favorite organ in the body. And we know it should be vibrating here. The liver knows it should be vibrating here. But most livers vibrate here or here. And you sort of start getting things like free radical issues, you've got processing, you know, detox processing that isn't quite working. And so now we introduce the sound frequency to it and we say to the liver, this is what you should sound like, this is what you should be vibrating at. And the body naturally goes, oh, that feels nice, that sounds good, and I want to be at that nice homeostatic state. So then it just naturally just starts matching it.
Wow. And I suppose the question I have is, are you treating a condition?
No, absolutely not. We do not treat conditions, because if you look at the healing philosophy is essentially the only thing on the planet that can heal the human body is the human body. That's just how clever we are. That's just the design that we were made to do. And so we are basically changing the healing environment for your body to do what it's supposed to do. You'll notice that our tagline for our company is transform your healing biome. Om spelled O-H-M, like music. So let me explain it to you this way. It's like your body is a very complex orchestra. And just before the curtains go up, the conductor comes out and they do the sound check and they hit a note, and there is that one instrument that is off and the whole audience goes, oh, the gasping. that is usually what happens to the human body. We start having dysfunction. One or two organs or one or two systems are not functioning as well as it should. So all we're doing now is introducing a sound. We're retuning that particular system, and then suddenly the whole orchestra is in tune, playing and just being a fabulous coordination.
So when you talk about tuning, and as well as an orchestra, I think of a car, in the sense that we take our car to be tuned up, to have a service regularly. So do you recommend that people utilize these patches ongoing and regularly to keep their body?
Absolutely. So a lot of people say, well, I've got this issue and then I use your patches and I feel better. How long is it? How long will the effect last? The answer is I don't know, and nobody knows, because it is how you've treated your body after, what conditions it's being exposed to. So what I like to tell people to do, especially when they come in as my patients, is, you know, you're going to start feeling that things are not functioning as optimally. So pop on in, come see your practitioner, get a couple of patches put on, retune yourself, and off you go. It's really that simple, and I really do recommend it. Think of it as a supplement. You know, you shouldn't be taking supplements all the time, but sometimes you go, well, you know, I haven't been eating well, I haven't been sleeping well, I should have a multivitamin. It's pretty much like that.
And of course, the question that's going to be on everyone's lips is, are there any side effects from utilizing these patches?
I love that question. Now remember, it is an adhesive that is going on your skin. So the most frequent side effect, if you can call it that, is that there is a product with an adhesive on your skin. Some people are particularly sensitive to it, so they will get a little bit of itching, especially when the weather is a bit warm or a little bit humid. However, we can get around that because it doesn't actually need to sit on your skin. You can put it under clothing, you can put it on clothing, and as long as the body is able to hear the sound being produced by the patch, you are still getting the results. I've had a few clients that are particularly sensitive, and one of the things they say to me is that when you have sensitivities like that, when people go, oh, I'm allergic to everything, something's gone wrong with your system. So as they use the patches, they notice that their sensitivity goes down because their systems are repairing. And so we do have people that come in who start off not being able to use the patches directly on their skin, ending up being able to do so because their histamine response has been reset. And so that, you know, when you see things like that, you have to get excited because it's just super cool.
Yes, it's that tune-up.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for giving us an understanding of the patches and how they work and what uses they have. It sounds fascinating.
It's been so much fun. It's been such an amazing journey. And we're just starting to see what we can do with this and the potential of what we can do with this.
Sounds like you are on a beautiful journey.
We are.
Well, thank you, Fiona, for coming.